Hey everyone, how's it going? I did have a request to do a quick tutorial video on how I made the animated and moving sprites for my DBZ Asteroids game that I posted a little while ago, and I figured I could go ahead and show you guys how I did that. The first thing you're going to want to do is find some sprites that you can use. There are a lot of free resources out there, and I will go ahead and show you those, or a couple of them at least. And you don't necessarily need to download these. If you are artistically inclined, you can go ahead and make your own sprites for yourself. But the one that I'm going to be using for my examples is going to be Sithjester's RMXP resources, which is good for like little 16-bit SNES style characters. You can go ahead and choose one of these tabs, and he's got a whole lot of different ones you can use. So that's these little sprite sheets right here. And there's quite a few of them. Another good one for a bunch of miscellaneous things is opengameart.org. And you are free to help them out by donating to the page to help them run. And this page here is just a generic top list for a few of the free websites out there. And I found both of these websites from this. And you can obviously find more just by Google searching. Okay, so once you find your sprites, we do need to go into GameMaker, and I've already started up a little bit of a project here so that we can demo this. So, first thing we're going to want to do is create some sprites. For the sake of saving time, I did half of them already, so we'll go ahead and do the other ones right now. So I'm going to be using Sora as a character from Kingdom Hearts, so that's why he's named Sora. I've already got his idle, and his left idle, and then his down animation and his left animation. The idle on its own is down idle because he's going to be facing us when we start. So let's go ahead and start off with our first sprite. We'll name him Sora idle up. Then we're going to want to edit sprite, and then add from a strip. Go ahead and pick your sprite strip and remove the background. Most of the time you're going to want to do that. I haven't ran into a situation where I didn't want to remove the background, but for the most part you're going to want to do that. Okay, and for these images, I know that they are 32 by 48, and we're doing a single image right now, and it's only going to be one per row. And then we want his up idle, which is right here. So we want to move the box by typing in these pixel offsets, and I know it's going to be at 144, and that's going to be the top corner of the box right there, and that's just 48 times 4 because it's 1, 2, 3, fourth image. And then once you got that selected, hit OK, and then you see it right there, and we're going to go ahead and save that. And then you always want to center your origin when you're making a bunch of sprites for the same object. Otherwise, he'll jump out of place when you hit different buttons and make him move different ways. Okay, now that we got the idle up, let's go ahead and create sprite underscore Sora up. This will be for his animation. So edit sprite again. And this time we're going to want to create from strip, not add. So click our same one, remove background, and you can see he's still selected from the last one. So all we need to do is change number of images to 4, and then images per row is going to be 4. And so you see it selects all 4 of these moving images. Okay, again, and you can see a little preview there at 6 frames per second, which is a fairly good walking speed. We'll go ahead and save that and center that origin. Okay, so now that you got the right idea, I'll just breeze through these next two. So underscore, we are going right this time. Idle right. Edit, add from strip. And then vertical pixel offset is going to be 96. Yep. Image height, that changed for some reason, 48. And then 1 and 1. So now we have our right idle. There he is. Save. Center. Good. And now Sprite underscore Sora right for his animation. So this time we're going to create from strip, not add. Whoops. Did I remove the background? I couldn't tell. There we go. I did, okay. So again, all we need to change is number of images to 4, and images per row 4. Selects all the rights. Okay, there's our preview. Save and center. Okay, so now that we got all of our sprites, we do need to create an object. So go into our objects, create an object, and then this will be object Sora, just as the character that we're going to be playing as. And if you didn't know much about GameMaker, your object are going to be your things in the game. An object can be anything from a wall to a bullet you're shooting, just a light, something in the background that you see if it's not the full background image. So you're going to be using a lot of objects. So we're going to add a sprite, and we want him to start facing us in an idle position. So we're just going to pick his idle position. And, okay. Actually, I need that back up because we're going to edit this object. Okay. So we're going to want to add an object, and first off with a create event. Sorry, not create, step event. My apologies. And just a regular step. So if you don't know what a step event is, it's the game checking frame by frame, basically, in a nutshell. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but if something isn't happening in the game, it makes something else happen. So basically, what we want to do with this step event, since we want to move our Sora at 6 frames per second, we're going to go ahead and put in a piece of code, and it'll say image underscore speed equals 1/10 of the speed of the room, which is going to be 60 frames per second. Let me go ahead, yeah. So it says speed is 60 right there. I just want to confirm that. Okay. So now we want to add an event, and it'll be a key press. This will be for the movement. We're going to go ahead and start with left. And first things first, we want to go ahead and change his sprite to the left animated sprite, because he's going to be moving at this point. So the sprite will be Sora left, and subimage, you're going to want to go 0 through 3, because we want to choose all 4 of those animated sprite images, and they'll always start at 0, not 1. I don't know why. It's just how it is. And our speed will be 6 as we were previewing it. Okay. And then now we want to go ahead and make a move. So we want to choose this movement fixed option, drag it in here under the changing sprite, and then it's going to be a direction of left and a speed of 6. That'll be our magic number. Okay, so that'll make him move left and be in the animated left movement sprite, but then he'll just keep moving and won't stop. So we need to make sure he stops. So on key release, we're going to go ahead and key release left, and first things first, change his sprite to Sora left idle, because he's going to be facing left after we are done holding the left button. And subimage, we'll go ahead and change the speed to 6 just for the sake of being consistent, but I don't believe that really matters in a idle sprite. Okay, and then we want to go back to our movement, move fixed, and then go ahead and just stop him and keep the speed at 0 for this one because he is going to be stopped. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that for now and go to our Objects tab in the room. Click in the Objects field here, and then we're going to want to add a Sora. We add him wherever we want just by clicking, and then he's good. So go ahead and save that room. Let's run the game and see how we're doing. Oh, you're going to have to excuse me. I'm pretty sniffly right now. Okay, so we got our Sora there. Let's go ahead and hit left. And he runs. So we can go ahead and fix that speed. I can't turn any other direction because I haven't started that yet. So we've got a moving sprite. So let's go ahead and moving in a direction let's change that to this. I don't know what this speed is indicating. It might be pixels per frame, I want to say. So let's go ahead and keep that pretty low, because this is just a walking speed, so we'll keep that at a speed of 1. Okay, so now let's add an event. Key press. We'll go ahead and do our right now. Let's go ahead and just keep them in order. Oops. I don't think it matters, but I just like to keep them in order. Okay, it's not going to want to do it. Okay, so back to our main, change sprite. We're going to change to our Sora right, because he's going to be moving. Image speed is going to be 6, sum image 0 through 3. And then back to our movement, movement fixed. He's going to be moving to the right at a speed of 1 is what we decided. And now we need to add an event for the key release of right. So first off, we're going to change his sprite to Sora right idle, somewhere around here. Sora idle right. And no sub images, speed doesn't matter, because it's a single image. And movement, movement fixed, and he's going to be stopping. Okay, so key press, up, main, change sprite, Sora up, sub image 0 through 3, speed of 6. Again, this is for the image speed, not the movement speed. So into our move tab, move fixed, we're moving up at a speed of 1. And done. So our key release of up is going to go ahead and change his sprite again to up idle. No sub image, no speed. He's a idle object. Movement is going to be stopped. Okay. For the did I do? Okay. Sorry. And now all we have to do is down. So down, he's going to go ahead and change to Sora down, sum image 0 through 3, speed of 6. And then his movement is going to be going down at a speed of 1 again. Then we're almost there, guys. Key release, down. Let's go ahead and make sure to change his sprite to Sora idle. And then movement, move fixed, stopped. Okay, so we've got our key presses left, up, right, down. Our key releases left, up, right, down. We're going to go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and just save our project while we're at it, and then try the game out. Okay, so we're walking down, walking right, whoopsie daisy, something messed up there, walking up, walking left. So one might be a little slow, but we need to fix that right animation. So key press right. It's because I changed it to idle right, my mistake. Okay, so our right. Okay. So let's go ahead and change these to 2. Just get them going a little faster there. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it one more try. Walking right, walking up, walking left. There we go. So we've successfully made a walking character with an animated sprite. So we could So we haven't implemented any multiple key presses, so I can't go at an angle yet, but that's not really the point of this tutorial. It's just getting that sprite animated. So real fast, one last thing, let me go ahead and show you how to make an animated idle sprite. So technically we left all the idle sprites in an animated form, but there is no other sub images for them to change to. So let's go ahead, I've got a sprite ready. Leviathan is what it's called. Let's just say idle. Okay, edit sprite. And we're going to go ahead and create from a strip again, because this is going to be animated. Pick our Leviathan. Okay. So this one, I don't remember the dimensions, so you're going to have to bear with me. Give me one moment. 64, 72, 80, 90, 92 looks right. Okay, the height is going to be 92 again. Yeah. Oh, it's got to be a little bit more wide. 96 is what we're at. Perfect. Okay, so you see him kind of jiggling there because he's waiting for something to happen. Again, always center our images, our sprites. Let's create an object for the Leviathan. And it will be our Leviathan sprite. Okay, go into our room. We're going to go ahead and add an object, the Leviathan. Let's put him right above Sora because he wants to eat him or something. Okay, and then to make him animated, let's go ahead and open our object, add an event, and this will be a step event. And then let's go ahead and just put in a piece of code from the control tab. And just like I had put at the very beginning, we're going to go ahead and say image_speed equals, let's do 1/8 because I want him moving a little bit more than 6 frames per second. That was a little slow. And that's it. So all that does is it cycles through however many frames per second you want to put there. Sorry, I blanked out for a second there. So let's go ahead and save that. Run our game. There we go. So we have that Leviathan doing some wrong things to Sora's head, but we'll make Sora run away because the Leviathan can't do anything. Perfect. So that's how you make animated sprites. If there's any other questions or anything you guys may want help with, go ahead and ask. I'm not too knowledgeable on this. I just started up. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, but as I learn more, I will keep you guys posted. Cool. Thanks, guys.